Who's here? Announce yourself. Hi, Ray. Hi, Steven. You guys are tied. Hey, Olive. Good morning. Hi, guys. How y'all doing? Let's give it one more minute. It is a beautiful sunny day here. The birds are chirping. Okay. I'll take it. I have 3 of you guys and I'll take it. Hi, Sydney. Okay. So today is Thursday, March 27th, 2025. And we are smack in the middle of the greatest story the Ein Sof Baruch Hu ever told. Hey, Irma. Boker Tov. It is exactly 1 week before my son's wedding. My son Eli is getting married next Thursday, Emir Hashem. This Shabbos is the Ufruf, where he gets called up to the Torah. And it is so bittersweet. You know, 1 minute you're pushing a baby out of your body, and the next minute you're walking him down the aisle to his chuppah. It's really in the blink of an eye. It's so fast. And it is such a mix of emotions. So many emotions. Hi, Zeke. So it's getting a little crazy around here. Hopefully I still plan on doing 2 classes next week. Because this is what brings me, so much joy. And I want to make our deadline of Shavuos, of getting through Likutei YIRAH, in order to be able to read the TORAH Shel Mashiach together. It's downstairs. Shoot, I wanted to bring it up and show you. Mine came in the mail a few days ago. We were all showing them on the chat yesterday how we got our copies of Likutei of TORAH Shel Mashiach. Hey, Eileen. Hi, Des. So yeah, that's been exciting. The first thing I want to talk about today is our taxes. And all of you who have been following me for a while understand that I was a truther way before I was a Kabbalist. And I'm still a truther, very much a truther at heart, because my soul understands that we only get to Geula one way. We only get to Geula riding on the truth. Ego death after ego death. We thought this was the truth. That was a lie. We thought this was the truth. That was a lie. The medical industry, the educational system, government, it's all been part of the matrix. It's all been a lie. It's all been measures and means of control. And 3 years ago, it was getting heated between me and my husband because I was ready to pull out of paying taxes. I was done. I understood that taxes go to fund child trafficking. They do not go towards street repairs and garbage collection. Nope. Like we thought they did. That's been a bullshit fucking lie. Sorry, when it comes to taxes, I have to curse. So 3 years ago, my husband and I decided that in order to be able to stay married, we would have to pay taxes separately. So that's what we did. We file separately. We go to the same accountant. We have separate meetings. And I remember the day of liberation when I liberated myself and I walked into the accountant's office and I said, I want to pay this amount. I used to pay this amount. And I was like, I want to pay this amount. I was like, make it fucking happen. And he made it happen. He didn't want to lose me as a client, I guess. And he's been with me the past 3 years, and I have paid a fraction of what I used to pay in taxes coming out of my business. And it has been one of the most liberating things I have ever done for myself. It has been one of the most, what's the word? I came into my own sovereignty. Oof, did I come into my own sovereignty when I made that declaration to my accountant. And now that with the with the wedding coming up, this is what happened. This is what I wanted to tell you guys. This is going somewhere. So last night we're like discussing how we're gonna pay for everything, and money is just flying out the when you make a wedding, it's like $10,000 here, $5,000 here, the florist, the band, everything is just whew. And my husband says to me, oh, in his account, he has this huge amount of money set aside to pay taxes this year. And I'm like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. I'm like, you're kidding me. And this would normally like spiral into like a fight between us. Yeah. And we're on the phone, right? We're on FaceTime, and I see him. He's sitting on the porch swing outside. And I'm like, Josh, why don't you just like on your way to paying taxes, like put a mask on, go get a booster, go get your COVID booster, stop at CVS, get your COVID booster, and then stop at the doctor's office and have them cut your balls off. And then go pay your taxes. I was like, really like launching into him because I had enough. I'm like, if money is tight now and it's hard to pay these bills that are coming in, don't start to tell me that you're setting aside like at least 50% of your paycheck to pay a government that's total bullshit. And that like at least 50% of the world is wise to by now. So what did he do? I see him on the porch swing and he starts cracking up. Instead of getting upset at me, he's like starts laughing like a hyena, like hysterical laughing. But I'm like, yeah, go get yourself a mask. Like, just put a mask on. Why don't you go get the mask on, go get yourself a vaccine, go get your testicles removed, and then like fourth in that list, like go pay taxes. After those things are done, go pay your taxes. And it was such a moment of like levity where we both understood what bullshit this all has been. It's all been, all of it. All of it. There's not one bit of it that hasn't been total bullshit. And once you realize that, this is like the laughter that's coming for us. It's like a preview to where Hashem says, you're going to laugh. Because he was laughing his head off. And I wanted to play. I had sent him a video. I always send him videos and he doesn't watch them. I said, I need you to watch this 1 minute video of Ann Vandersteel. Just 1 minute. And he watched it. And I'm going to play it for you right now.
You've been told federal income tax applies to every American. But what if that's a lie by omission? Title 26, the tax code, applies only within one place, the District of Columbia. Not your state, not your home, just this 10 square mile jurisdiction. Michael L. White, federal attorney at the National Archives, confirms, and I quote, "No IRS rule requiring income tax returns has ever been published in the Federal Register." End quote. That means no publication, no obligation. Without publication, there's no legal force outside DC. That's the law. The Constitution is the supreme law. We, the people, are sovereign. The government, our servants, yes, bound to common law and the original intent of the founders. George Mason laid it out clearly. The people grant power, the people revoke it.
That's right. I love Ann Vandersteel. She's a brilliant woman. I actually met her at one of these Reawaken America tours. She's fabulous. And she said inside this post, this is her, I think this is on X, she said, obedience is ignorance. Obedience is blind obedience is total ignorance. And I remember when I used to pay my taxes with this guilt, like Hashem wants me to pay my taxes. Like if I play games with my taxes, like I'm sinning. I'm like, how stupid, how dumb was I? Anyway, okay, so now let's parlay that into talk of Mashiach, because they're not separate from each other. Like people say, oh, I can't discuss politics. It's not politics. It is geula. You know, they use that as an excuse to like sidestep it and duck away from speaking the truth. It's not politics. It's how we leave Mitzrayim this time around. It's nothing less than that. Yeah, Irma, I'll post that video later, sure. So I left my body. I died a little bit and came back yesterday, and what made me do that was this post that our new friend Shlomi on the chat, on the Rabbeinu YIRAH ARICH teachings chat, posted. Let me read that to you. Pull that up. Okay, Shlomi, who I'm meeting today in like 3 or 4 hours, he's driving out here. He drove to Oregon from New York, 3 days in the car, a pilgrimage with Bela and one other, I think Maishi, another guy named Maishi, to what? To who does that? Crazy people do that, but why do they do that? To meet Rabbeinu YIRAH ARICH. And I said to YIRAH, I said, you're lucky more people don't realize who you are. Because everybody, if people realized who you were, everybody would get in their car right now and start driving no matter where they were, start driving to your house. So you're lucky it was only Moshe and Shlomi who understand who you are. Another realization I had, I don't want to forget to say this, so I'll say it now. Another realization I had was of everybody teaching Kabbalah, Zohar on the internet, what makes Rabbeinu YIRAH ARICH different? And it's such a subtle thing that I picked up on. He's different than even Rabbi Gozlan, who's my gold standard, who I love and adore his teachings. I always understood that Rabbi Gozlan was giving over something he had received. He learned it, and now he's teaching it. Watching Rabbeinu YIRAH ARICH's videos, like I prepared for today, we're going to go through the beard of ARICH Hanpin. He has 2 videos on it, one from 4 years ago and one from a year ago. I watched them over and over because it was very hard to penetrate that concept, to penetrate my mind. I was having a really hard time grasping what is the beard, what is ARICH Hanpin, what is Atik Yomen, what is Atika Kadisha, all the different names. And what did I understand? I understood what he was teaching 4 years ago, what YIRAH ARICH was teaching 4 years ago is exactly what he taught a year ago. What he taught at 29 years old. 29 years old, not having been raised with any Judaism or the Aleph Beis. He didn't know the Aleph Beis till he was, let's say, 21, till he had his vision. Rabbi Gozlan said, Mashiach is going to devour the Zohar like a hungry man. Like a starving man. So in those years, I'm guessing from the age of like 22 to 25 or 26, he immersed himself in Zohar, read every single word, understood every single word, had no teacher. The Shechina is his teacher, as Rabbi which Kesten is? Rabbi Mendel Kesten, oh no, Shimon Kesten, sorry. Yeah, he said Mashiach has no Rebbe. He had no Rebbe. Have you ever tried to read Zohar? It is impossible to understand. Impossible. Not only did he read it, he understood it, and he's able to teach it in a way where it belongs to him. That's the distinction that I heard from every single teacher on the internet teaching Zohar. They're giving over Zohar from what they received. YIRAH ARICH is giving over Zohar like it is his, like it belongs to him, because it does. It is said that the Zohar was written for Mashiach, for Geula, for him to be able to bring in Geula. Yeah, exactly, Zeke. It's as if he wrote it. It's as if he wrote it. Okay, let me read you what Shlomi. Let me read you what Shlomi said on the chat yesterday. He said, "Hi all, I'm humble and grateful to be part of this family of light. After spending this weekend with YIRAH, he drove 3 days. Oh, yeah, it was by all means my most transformative experience I've ever had in my life. I just wanted to share what I experienced. I just gave over the Aleph Mem Shin, which is the primary teaching. Anyone who knows YIRAH automatically associates him with Aleph Mem Shin. That is his primary teaching. The mother letters. He said, I just gave over the Aleph Mem Shin to a friend of mine over the phone, and he was very enlightened. And he was like, wait a minute. Aleph Mem Shin stands for Or Shel Mashiach, Oro Shel Mashiach. Aleph Shin Mem. I felt like I have to share this with the group. And when I read that, my soul flew out of my body. I was like, nah, where have you been hiding that one, Hashem? In plain sight. Or Shel Mashiach, Aleph Mem Shin. This is the light, the Or HaGanuz that Rabbeinu YIRAH has been bringing. He is revealing the light that Hashem stored away in the 7 days of creation, in the grapes. Eileen Kramer, the Zohar was written by Mashiach. The soul of Moshe is also Rabbi Shem Bar Yochai, the author. Absolutely. Absolutely, Eileen. Okay. What else did I want to share with you guys? Okay, I think that was it. I have this one hair I want to fix. Okay. So let's now go to the beard. Okay. I just want to find something, you guys. Give me 1 second. Here it is. Okay, I asked, hi Menachem. Yes, Irma, now we understand. All these things are coming into view. It's a miracle. Okay, I actually asked Rabbi YIRAH last night because I was really struggling with the beard, and I like to understand what I'm reading. I really like to understand 100% of what I'm reading, and I think I'm like at 80% today. So I asked him, you're right, Chase, we are at page 227, gate 23. Thank you for being my placeholder, Chase. It means a lot to me. The overall concepts, hi Shauna, the overall concepts that he explained to me is that there's Atika Kadisha, there's Atik Yomen, and then there's a Richanpin. And once you understand where to categorize these three things, it really helps to understand about the beard. The Atika Kadisha is the Ain, is that empty circle on top where the crown jewel resides. That is the Atika Kadisha, the ancient holy one. Atika Kadisha, okay? And YIRAH said he's like the pilot. And then he manifests, he emanates into a body that we spoke about last week, and that body is called Atik Yomen. It's the letterman. It's the Ancient of Days. So the Atika Kadisha is the nothingness, the pilot, the driver, who emanates himself. He clothes himself. His malbush is called the Atik Yomen. And the beard of the Atik Yomin is ARICH Anpin, is called ARICH Anpin. I really hope I'm saying this right. I really hope I'm saying this right. I wish I could I could bring him on with me and he could teach it to you. Maybe one day we could do that. I hope so. That would be fun. Okay, so what else did I want to say? Okay, I think that's enough of like a conceptual intro. Let's go and figure out the beard together. Okay. Okay. There it is. Thank you, Zeke. Okay. Zos Torah Sa'ola. This is the Torah of Ascension. Make that bigger. Okay. There's our Aleph Mem Shin. He's synonymous, or Rosh Mashiach, the light of Mashiach, is synonymous with YIRAH. You cannot separate the Aleph Mem Shin from YIRAH. They're one. They're one and the same. It's the very first teaching in his magnum opus. Okay. Okay, this is the tikkun of the beard on page 226. And actually, I'm pretty much in awe of myself that I can follow most of this. Technical gate 23. You guys ready? Let's do this. The beard of ARICH Anpin. There are 13 aspects to the beard, as stated in book 17 of the Zohar. 13 aspects of the holy beard, it's called. There are 4 concealed and 9 revealed aspects to this beard. The first 3 sparks, which we learned last week, are Shin, Tes, Nun, Satan. Okay, the first 3 sparks receive 3 aspects, each becoming these 9 revealed parts. These are the 9 revealed aspects, and the 4 concealed are the upper 3, right? The 4 concealed aspects of the beard are the endless, the restriction, and the hard spark. The 4th is the addition of the sparks that emerged, okay? So we have 4 concealed parts of the beard, and then we get to the 9 revealed that start at Shin, start at Chesed. Shin is Chesed. It is stated that Satan are the Chesed, Gevura, and Tiferes of the sparks. Shin, Tes, and Nun, Chesed, Gevura, and Tiferes of the sparks that fell. We find ARICH Anpin is made from these same aforementioned aspects. So ARICH Anpin is the 9 revealed aspects of the beard. Eitz Chaim in book 3, the second gate, chapter 5, 4 principles says, the hairs of the head of the keter of ARICH Anpin, within which the chesed of Atik Yomin is clothed, are chesed. Now this one sentence, I broke my brain trying to understand it, and I'm pretty sure I do. The hairs on the head of the keter of ARICH Anpin, which within the chesed of Atik Yomin is clothed, are chesed. Okay, and this is a diagram showing the top of the beard. Okay, this is the chesed aspect of the beard. And it goes this way and that way. It's the upper lip, it's the mustache, and the two sideburns, the two payas. It's called the chesed of the beard, the keser of ARICH Anpin is the chesed of the atik yomin. And I'm pretty sure I understand what that means. The spark of chesed received three aspects. Okay, so chesed, the top of the beard starts at chesed, received three aspects. The keter, chachma, and bina of ARICH Anpin. This corresponds to chesed and is seen in the verse, the Lord is slow to anger, erech apayim, and abundant in chesed, v'rav chesed. It is stated in the Zohar, the hairs are all of equal length, and also there's a hair that goes this way and that way. The hairs of chesed correspond to the 72-letter name of Hashem, which has the value 72, the Yud He Vav He with the Yud. Its aspect comes from the 72 name of chesed as identified by Exodus 14:19, found in book 9. And I'll explain to you guys what that means in a minute. The word chesed itself in gematria is 72. That's a good way to remember that this top part of the beard of ARICH Anpin is represented by chesed. Technical gate 24, the da'as of ARICH Anpin, corresponding to the mouth of the Ancient One. The da'as is ARICH, of ARICH is formed from the da'as of each aspect of the Seferos. Okay, so basically da'as is the mouth. The mouth shines with the 10 names of God to each Seferos, with each name descending due to the lower worlds. Tal, dew is tal in Hebrew. Together, all this dew is called shemen, oil. Tal equals 39 in gematria, times 10 Seferos is 390. Shemen also adds up to 390. This is the oil that drips from the beard, the root of all the worlds. Oh gosh, and he explained this so well, YIRAH, in his video, saying how, let me try to repeat it. The root of the worlds is the Yud K Vav K name. And the Yud of the Yud K Vav K name is the 72 letter, the He is the 63 letter, the Vav is the 45 spelling, and the He is the 52 spelling. All of those add up. All of those add up to 39 letters, right? If you count out the letters of all four spellings of the Yud K Vav K name, they equal 39 letters, and that is the dew that drips from the root of all the worlds through the Yud K Vav K, all the four different spellings, totaling 39 letters. The next part of the beard is the Gevura part of the beard. The Gevura of the Atik is the Chachma of ARICH Anpin. And this is under the lower lip. This is like the soul patch, I think it's called. And this is the two parts that attach to the chin. And this here is the combination of Hashem's name derived from the 72-letter name of Hashem, from the three psukim that we spoke about here, Exodus 14:19, Exodus 14:20, Exodus 14:21, all equal the 72-letter name of Hashem, but they divide up into chesed. This is the chesed aspect of the 72-letter name of Hashem in the first part, three parts of the beard. This is the Gevura aspect when you divide up that name. This is, I think, Pasuk Chaf. That's Pasuk Yud Tes. This is Pasuk Chaf derived from. And this is Pasuk Chaf Aleph, which is the Tiferes. And when you see all three, that represents Malchus. And when there's three letters in each box, that represents the world of Malchus. Okay, let's go back to the reading. Technical Gate 25. The Gevura of ARICH Anpin. The second spark test, Gevura, received three aspects from the three upper heads. Gevura received the Chesed, Gevura, and Tiferes of ARICH Anpin, respectively. The hairs in this place are marked by the 63 name of Hashem that has an Aleph here, which has a value, a gematria of Din, signifying Gevura. There is a name of Ehyeh expanded to each of these that accompanies it as well with each aspect. Those who are familiar with the secrets of true wisdom will perceive and know. The root is the 72 name of Gevura from Exodus, and it is 14:20. Okay? The second verse is the verse of Gevura. Next, we go to Tiferes, the Tiferes of the Atik, of the word man, of the Malbush of the Atika Kadisha. The Tiferes of the Atik Yomen is the Bina of ARICH Anpin. Technical Gate 26. Let me just check on you guys. Are you guys with me? It's very technical. Very technical. Thank you, Chase. Okay. I literally watch these videos, like the older video, the 4-year-old video, I watched that twice, and the recent video, the current video, I watched 3 times. Ooh, it's not easy. Technical Gate 26, Tiferes of ARICH Anpin. The spark Nun of Satan, the third letter, the third vessel that fell from the heart spark, which is Tiferes, also receives 3 aspects, and they are Netzach, Hod, and Yesod of ARICH Anpin. The hair that hangs is a secret of the 45 name, this being the secret of Adam, which is Aleph, Dalet, Mem Sophies, 44 and 1, 45. This name alludes to Tiferes as it is written, Tiferes Adam, the beauty of a man. The name of Hashem here is the 45 name. The 45 name. The root of the hairs are the 72 name of Tiferes, extracted from Exodus 19:21. And this is the overall tikkun of the beard. This is what a man's beard looks like. You could see it in the image. The mustache under the lower lip and the beard that hangs here. Gate 27, the beard. Thus we see the 9 revealed aspects which form the partsuf called ARICH Anpin. Okay? This is the partsuf of ARICH Anpin. The names of God that correspond to the hairs that hang in this place. The 72 spelling corresponds to Atzilus. The 63 spelling corresponds to Beriah. The 45 spelling corresponds to Yetzirah. Each of these hairs are 10 letters corresponding to the roots of the 10 subspheros in each aspect respectively. Each of these hairs, let me read that again. Each of these hairs are the 10 letters corresponding to the roots of the 10 subspheros, okay? Because each of these have 10 letters. So each of these 10 letters correspond to the 10 subspheros in each category respectively. Okay, I just understood that. And here we have another tikkun of the beard. Dikna, this is the Aramaic, Hamanusa, Yud He Vav He, Yud He Vav He, 185 and 185 equals 370, which are the lights of ARICH Anpin. The Chesed and the Gevura, which are the two payas on each side of the beard. Okay. The 9 aspects are as follows. Okay, we're going to summarize it now. 1 hair this way and that way. The mustache above the mouth. 2 hairs hang beneath the ears. That's our payas. Okay, so 1 hair this way and that way is Keser. 2 hairs is Chesed and Gevura. Oh, no. 2 hairs is, 1 hair is Keter. This is Chachma and Bina. Chachma and Bina on either side of the ears are where the payas hang. 1 hair beneath the mouth, which is the soul patch. 2 hairs at the top of the jawline. So that is Chesed, Gevura, and Tiferes. The soul patch is Tiferes. And the 3 hairs descend at the tip of the chin. That's the hanging aspect. Collectively, these are 9 aspects. And so too do we. That's the whole point here. So too do we have these 9 aspects. What is above is always reflected in the body. And that's the miracle. This is the same with Yesod, the reproductive organ. Thus, the hairs down there are the same. At the end of this work, the 370 lights will be explained in detail, all of which, the 370 lights, all of which are within the aspects of ARICH Anpin as stated in the Zohar. It spreads by 370 lights, etc., which are the 2 Shemot of El, which create the Malbush of Chashmal. I read that recently. The Malbush called Chashmal is created by the spelling out the Miluim of the 2 names El. That was one of the kavanot of, I'll share this to Telegram later, the kavanot of the Arizal when saying the morning blessings, the Birchas HaShachar, Malbish HaRumim, and Hanosein Le'Ya'if Koach. If you have in mind these 370 lights through the 2 names El, you give yourself chashmal. You give yourself a protection of electricity. Okay. Book 17 of the Zohar states, the upper face spreads through 3,700,000 worlds, etc. Let us return to the matters of the body. Take time to realize the 9 aspects in your own face. We are made in the image of the Ancient One. Seek to unite him with his honor and glory. On that day, he and his name will be one. Here is another tikkun. And we're going to start entering into a new category, I believe. Yeah, gate 28. Abba and Ima, the Netzach and Hod of the Ancient of Days. Are the Partsufim called Abba and Ima respectively. Let me read that again. The Netzach and Hod of the Ancient of Days are the Partsufim called Abba and Ima respectively. In relation to Zeir Anpin, they are the Chachma and Bina of its Partsufim. Regarding this, we will analyze these Partsufim from this context. Chachma and Bina respectively are the top of the right and left pillars. This is flesh and bone. We will analyze in depth and then analyze the 32 paths of wisdom. Right, so Chachma is on the right, Bina is on the left. The tree is split into 3 columns, right, left, and center, respectively. Abba and Ima represent the right and left pillars. In Hebrew, Abba is father, Ima is mother, and they correspond to Chachma and Bina. Here we have Abba here, Ima here. Etzem and Basar, that's what he wrote down here. Bone and flesh. Technical gate 29, Abba and Ima represents flesh and bone respectively. The right pillar is bone, which is white and corresponds to the male, while the left pillar is flesh and corresponds to the female. We learn from this that every male produces white from their yesod, and every female produces red from their yesod, reproductive organ. This is alluded to in the verse, flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. Take time to realize this, become aware of its secret in reality. Let us enter inner levels of the matter. We can see here the aspects demonstrated very clearly. Now let us analyze the partufim themselves. Bina is one spheros lower than Chachma in terms of its progression. I just understood this better. This is the secret of the verse in Shir HaShirim. His left hand is under my head. His right hand embraces me. Because Chachma is holding Bina. His right hand embraces me alludes to the right pillar, which is bone. Thus we learn that bone is embraced by the flesh, left pillar. His left hand is under my head, alludes to the left pillar, which flesh being under the head, Keter, Chachma, and Bina, of the Partufim Abba. This shows that the white of the Partuf of Abba is the Shefa in this place. As such, we find that a woman produces red from her yesod, reproductive organ, and from her breasts she produces white, because she receives the Shefa from Abba. The flow in this place being the secret of the flow of the right pillar Abba, which is white. Take time to realize this concept and actualize it in conscious awareness. Let us further adorn the Holy One, blessed be He. Page 241. From the Partufim of Abba, we find they are equal in relation to each other. As Chachma and Bina are on the same level, as it were, in relation to Keter. Thus we find that the male Partufim is even on a level, as it were. We also find that out of the reproductive organ of the male is produced white. I want to read that again. From the Partufim of Abba, we find they are equal in relation to each other. As Chachma and Bina are on the same level in relation to Keter. Thus we find the male Partufim is even on a level, as it were, and we find that out of the reproductive organ is produced white. Take time and realize the secret in awe of reality, of awe in reality. Take time to notice this secret with your consciousness. Here we have flesh inside bone, which is the secret of bone marrow. And here we have flesh on top of bone. Smolo tachas l'roshi b'yamino tibchadkeni. That's the verse from Shir HaShirim. Analyze carefully what was just stated. Take 10 minutes out of your day and investigate these claims. Notice each male produces white and each woman produces red. Technical gate 32. 32 paths of wisdom, Chachma. SEFER YITZIRAH states 32 paths of wisdom. This is derived from the last letter of Torah, which is a Lamed, 30, and the first letter of Torah, 2, equals 32. What remains of the first word is Rashis of Bereshis, as it is written, Yiras Hashem, Rashis Chachma, the awe of Hashem is the beginning of wisdom. Thus, the sages decreed there were 32 paths of wisdom. They correspond to the 10 spheros of the tree of life and the 22 interconnected paths between the spheros. There are 3 horizontal lines, which are the 3 mother letters, Aleph, Mem, and Shin, 7 double letters, which are the 7 vertical lines, and then the 12 elemental letters, which are the 12 diagonal lines on the tree of life. Respectively, there are 32 paths. Now, let us analyze this principle in more depth. Gate 31, technical gate 31, 32 paths. Chachma, which is the secret of bone, can now be interpreted as 32 bones because we saw the 32 pathways of Chachma. Thus, the circular aspect of Chachma are the 32 teeth found in the mouth, like the 32 pathways of wisdom. Wisdom is bone, wisdom is white, wisdom is represented in a circular aspect in the mouth. There's 32 teeth, I see them every day. And the linear aspect of Chachma, of bone, corresponds to the 32 bones of your spine. So that's the linear aspect. This is further advanced in that each section of the spine has 2 protrusions, creating 64 in total, which is the value of din, which is alluding to the left pillar. We find in the secret of his right hand embraces me that the teeth are embraced by the flesh of the gums, this is true, and the spine is embraced by the flesh of the muscles. His right hand embraces me. Take time to understand this concept well and perceive. The 33rd bone of the spine is the secret of the lose bone. The lose bone, which the sages say each person will be brought back during the resurrection of the dead, will be brought back from the 33rd bone. Technical gate 32, Tiferes. Tiferes is the heart. We will briefly discuss the secrets of Tiferes. The name of Hashem that corresponds to Tiferes is Yud, Hey, Vav, and Hey. And this alludes to your chest, specifically to your heart. As written regarding Noach and the flood, it grieved Hashem at his heart. Yud, Ke, Vav, Ke, heart, synonymous, which alludes to the connection of Yud, Ke, Vav, Ke, and the heart. We find that the heart has 4 chambers in the image of the 4 letters of Yud, Ke, Vav, Ke. Above the chest rests the high priest breastplate, the Urim V'Tumim, I think it's called, which contains the 12 names of the 12 tribes. Regarding this, we find the heart has 4 chambers and is surrounded by 12 ribs. For those who are of the wisdom, they were begotten with Lavan, which is Chachma. So you have your 12 tribes on the Choshen. This is called the Partzuf Yisrael Saba Tevuna, technical gate 36. I'm sorry, technical gate 33. 6 letters. 6 letters. There are 6 letters that contain 1 tagin. Remember we learned this last time? They are the letters Beis, Daled, Kuf, Yud, Ches, Hey. And remember our mnemonic was Bod. They correspond to the body, the torso of the Atik Yomen. And they are in the secret of the stones placed to the right and left shoulders respectively. There's 3 on the right and 3 on the left. Oh no, there's 6 on the right and 6 on the left. These being the 6 fronts and backs of the vessels. The 6 fronts of these letters and the 6 backs of these letters. Corresponding to these 6 are the 6 segments of your body: your head, your right arm, your left arm, your torso, your right leg, your left leg, and your reproductive organ. This is making up your torso, and this is represented by the 6 letters containing one tagin. Take time to analyze that tikkun. Look at this. Look at what he could do. Each tikkun is like, once you start understanding how much information is packed into them, it's like a whole new level of awe. It's awe on top of awe. Okay, what page was that? Okay, I think we're done for today. We're going to pick up with the lungs next time. I think that was enough for one day. Oh, gosh. I'm just looking at the comments. Yeah, it's intense. Oh, Sydney said, Aleph always says the train's coming around again. You understand more and more and more each with each pass. Thank God. It's good to know. Okay, you guys have a wonderful day. Remember to keep liberating yourself. No one can do it for you. You're the one to take yourself out of the system, to liberate yourself. And as you keep having ego death after ego death, you clean out your vessel to be able to receive new. I think this is how I got to Zohar. How I merited to find my way to Zohar. Picked it up off the shelf in my shul. What was it doing there? I have no idea. There was a Hasidic shtibel. They had no business having an English Sansino Zohar, but it was sitting there waiting for me. And I went to it a few times, and I would open it up. I'm like, what kind of Shakespearean jargon jumble is this? And I would close it back up and put it back. I'm like, there's no way I could ever understand that. And then I just kept trying. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sydney. We're helping each other back and forth understand more and more. And I've always understood that we leave the third dimension, to use the terms of the Ascension community, the what do I call them? Like the regular Ascension community that I don't want to call them the New Age, but the secular, that's the word, the secular Ascension community. To use that language, we are leaving the third dimension to get to the fifth dimension, right? To get to the enlightened dimension where we can perceive Hashem, where we get closer and closer to the higher worlds. You must go through the fourth dimension, which is a tunnel of truth. You cannot be enlightened without first having swallowed the red pill. You have got to face the truth, and you have got to admit the truth. You've got to admit that I have been fooled. We have all been fooled. We've all been taken on a ride. And it is only from that point that you can clear out the space to make new for the new world that is coming. Thank you, Irma. Okay, guys. It's the Ufra for my son, the Ufra. So I don't know how busy I'm going to be this Shabbos, but hopefully I'll have time to prepare on Sunday, and we'll do another reading together. I'll put an announcement out on the chats on Telegram and on WhatsApp, and hopefully we'll pick up again on Monday. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Mwah. Have a great day and have a good Shabbos.